What's up, everybody? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to Wins and Losses. We do this every Tuesday now at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. I'm Ray Orsini, joined as always by my co-host, Mr. Jason Slagle. How you doing, my friend?
I'm good. I get so busy chatting in like the 6 spots we're chatting that I almost miss the start of the show every week.
So I got you beat a little bit. I completely missed MSP Community Live on Sunday. I was late by like 5 minutes. Thankfully, Topper hit me up on Discord and he was like, "Hey, you're supposed to be here." But yeah, like I told you, I'm running a little sick this week and weekend. So I apologize in advance for any missed anything on the show today. But how was your week, dude?
It was good. I'm up a couple pounds, but it's a holiday weekend. We went camping. I made sure I hit my protein every day. I drank more than I should have and intended to Sunday night, which made towing the camper home Monday morning really, really terrible. And it reminded me why I don't drink as much these days because it was not super great. So
The recovery,
I'm up a couple pounds. It'll come back down. I managed to jack my back up too, but we can talk about that during struggles.
We absolutely will. Actually, we're keeping on the train we had from last week. Last week, if you missed the episode, Ben Canning was on. He's our trainer. He's one of the people that run the We Hack Health group. Jason has the flag in the background, and definitely very much responsible for a lot of the journey we're on. So we're doing it again today. We're having another guest. Jason, you want to introduce our guest?
Yeah, this is Frank DeLuca. Hopefully, I'm not butchering that too bad.
No, you got it perfect.
He's been a member of the group for a long time, is also an MSP. So I ran into him. I met him accidentally at Write a Boom this year. And he tattled on me to Ben because I had what was I drinking? It was like a Jack and Ginger or something.
It was something dark.
Yeah,
I remember that. I remember seeing a picture of you holding liquor, and I'm like, "Oh shit, he got called out." That was awesome.
He asked if he could call me out, and I told him it was okay.
Yeah. He's like, "Yeah, you know what? Let's hold him accountable."
Yeah. I mean, I can't really say anything. One of the things Ben said in the pre-show before we got on was like, "Oh yeah, I watched the last couple episodes, and you were drinking 3 protein shakes." I'm like, "I got to stop doing this on YouTube."
We call ourselves out. Yeah.
And the funny thing was, I think for a few months up until that conference, I hadn't really had anything to drink, and then ran into Jason that night, and then ended up drinking a little bit that weekend.
I mean, that happens.
Okay.
But I definitely feel you. Now that I drink significant, I wasn't like, a horrible drunkard or anything, but now that I drink significantly less, it takes far less to hit me.
Oh, yeah.
And if I do go overboard, the recovery is not pretty.
Yeah, so. That was my problem. Too much whiskey. It was going down really easy Sunday night, and it was,
It's funny how quickly you can ramp up the drinking. Like that comes like a fish to water. It's the aftermath. But I see we have in the chat, we have some old friends and some new. I see Heather, I see Sarah, I see Ash, Steven. We have a new person who is, I assume, with you, Frank.
Oh, looks like got my wife trolling in here.
Wives are always welcome.
Right.
We have a fair number of wives in here. Did I see Heather or no?
No, she's out in the other room. She's watching her and Ben. So my 8-year-old, and I think it's super cute. He ran in and turned the TV on and grabbed the remote and used the voice search to find the episode so he could watch it on TV.
I love that. Yeah, that was one of the unintended consequences of when I started doing the tech bar. My 10-year-old Gio, he was tech bar is what, 2.5 years old, almost 3 years old at this point. Mm-hmm. So to a 7-year-old, dad's on YouTube, and that makes me YouTube famous.
Yep.
So I gotta love it. So Frank, you're an MSP, you're a Write a Boom. Tell us about yourself for those people that don't know you, haven't had a chance to meet you yet. You're on the Discord.
I've been hanging out in there a lot. I've been in IT for a really long time. I worked for my last employer for about 20-ish years. I started there, actually, I was like 17. I was still in high school.
Nice.
Ended up just kind of going through running their IT department, long story, but about a year and a half ago decided some things lined up. So it was a good time to kind of branch off onto my own, and have kind of been doing that for the past year and a half.
Congratulations, man. That's a big leap, especially a year and a half ago. Economy, everybody was starting to say that, it was going to get kind of scary. And so good for you, dude. Making that leap is definitely fun and terrifying at the same time.
Yeah. It's definitely like every day is like, am I going to make it through today or not?
Yeah. If it makes you feel better 12 years later, it doesn't change.
Yeah,
It's just
So,
the stakes get larger.
Yep.
I don't know about you, but I see JustWorks come out every 2 weeks, and I'm like, the payroll.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world, so I can't complain. All right, so we have probably blind. So Stephen, MW's max weight, because at its core we're supposed to be a weight loss show, and CW's current weight. So my max was 632, not this year. Probably last year, 632, and then my current, I also went up a little bit, 579. But yeah, we're showcasing it because we're all about accountability here.
Whatever it is what it is. It'll go away in a week. I mean,
yeah. Oh yeah, I'm not. I like you. I started feeling like crap toward Thursday last week. Ended up taking the entire day off. And I don't take sick days, but it had me wrecked. And this weekend, I counted my calories, but I absolutely ate like an asshole, as Ben likes to say. And I owned it. I counted my shit up. I knew what I was doing, but I took an L day just to relax and decompress. What's up, dude?
Yeah. Go out there and see yourself.
There you go. You got 15 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah. I assume that's for me, Steven. I've gotten that a lot. A lot of people look at me like, you walk around at over 600 pounds, and that's not what you see on TV. And I'm not saying it's a good thing. I'm saying it's a thing. Part of my struggle is I've been a big dude my entire life, had its benefits. Football was awesome. Wrestling was awesome. But it also means my entire life I've been used to carrying a lot of weight. So going upstairs, walking, doing stuff, I've always carried a ton of weight. My body's just used to it. Doesn't mean it's not a lot easier 50 pounds down. It just means it's not people handle it differently when you gain a lot of weight in a short period of time versus 40 something years of my life I've been heavy. So I do know I carry myself a little different. I get that response quite a bit when people find out my actual weight.
Yeah, it's Dave, I'm in the 40s right now of the podcast, and Dave is complaining about his calves every week. And it's like, as a bigger guy, I've never had small calves. I never have that problem. My calves are amazing.
Well, you're another like misnomer too, right? Because you've always, as long as I've known you've always looked like a bigger dude, but you've always been super fucking active. Like you've always done a million things. So it's like, I can't run a 5K, and you do that stuff. You did the century. Frank's like, you assholes. I've always been a. Would you call it a twig?
I've been. Yeah. But I can relate to Dave with the calves, though. I have like zero calf. I can work my legs out like nonstop, and my calves are just like
you got the bird legs.
It just doesn't exist.
Put on a 100-pound weight vest and walk around all day. They'll get big.
Well, that's one of those benefits. In high school, I was leg pressing 700-800 pounds easy. It's like, I'm not sure my knees could take that today, but I was doing it in high school pretty easily. All right, Ben. So you know the rules. We got a couple segments. I'm gonna let you pick since you're here. So we got workouts of the week, nom-noms, mindset, struggles and challenges. We should add Ninja Creamy in there. So which one would you like to do, man?
Let's just start with workouts. Why not?
All right, so workouts. So
I have a new.
What were you focusing on this week?
So for a while, I've been doing a kind of like a split where sort of like push pull legs and then upper or lower kind of thing, and it was kind of, I don't know if necessarily getting bored with it, but it was time to change it up, I think. So for the past about 4.5 weeks now, I've switched to doing full body 3 times a week and then doing cardio in between. And
I read something about that. It's not, you can do, I mean, obviously there's different benefits to doing heavier more quickly, or low and slow. But as far as the way the body recovers and the benefits of working out, it's basically effectively the same. Whether you do, have you read that too? Like, it's my
I've
internet
heard,
research, so
no, and I've heard similar where, and then in this case you're working out the same body part more times, just in different ways. So it's supposed to
Right.
help with some growth and things. And like currently, I'm actually trying to put on a little bit more. So it's kind of like the opposite of what the show is.
Yeah.
No, it's okay.
No, I mean,
it's
but
still
like I'm in that
struggles.
place.
I
too.
mean, dude,
Yeah.
I've met my nephew, 6'5", 6'6". He actually might be watching. But we refer to him and his wife. His wife's used to model. Like, we refer to him as number 11. They look like two sticks walking side by side. But when he was in high school, he had a protein deficiency. His body would just tear through everything, and he had to eat a ton. And he couldn't put on weight, but he had to eat a crap ton.
Yeah.
So the struggle goes both ways.
Yeah.
But I get it.
Yeah. So I've been doing that workout for I think 4 weeks now. So I was trying to go 6 to 8, but I mean these things are tough, man. They're kicking my ass.
Yeah.
Do you ever have like a certain schedule where, like, you can do like 6 weeks of something and then you got to change it up? Like, do you have a certain time frame?
I don't necessarily have to, but I like to have some kind of schedule. So I'll basically kind of keep going with it, and then I'll just be like, it's time to change it, and I'll plan it out real quick and say, all right, next week I'm switching it up a little bit.
What about you, Jay? I know you're dying for your squat rack to come in. You're like a kid at Christmas.
I am. I didn't order a super expensive one because I figured it's one of those things that if I use it a ton, I'll order like a rep PR4000 later, right? Like, but so I just ordered that pretty well rated Fitness Reality one that the Garage Gym Reviews rants about, and I had 2 or 3 other YouTubers. They just rant how great this thing is for $300. I ordered it. Should be here the 15th. I also ordered an Ohio Power Bar, and 260 pounds of plate. So we'll see how long 260 lasts me before I have to order more, because I imagine it probably won't be as long as I think it will be.
Good for you, dude.
That's a great bar too.
Yeah, but I have so he programmed so Ben programs us like 12-week blocks, which you're familiar with. My new block has deadlifts, so I have big boy exercises now. I have deadlift, rack pulls, bent over barbell row, a couple of something called a pec deck, which looks relatively interesting.
Yeah,
it looks like I'm gonna hate it. And then a couple other things.
Those are good, actually. I like those.
Yeah, some incline stuff, and then seated military press. I need to do a form video on the military press because I don't feel like I'm doing it right.
So, Frank, how long have you been working out, man?
It's really been on and off for a while. Like, I started younger. I was probably like 19 or 20. Broke my hand when I was like 21 in a motorcycle accident, and that kind of derailed me for a while. And then between college and work and everything, didn't really put a lot of effort into it. And then I'd say I probably started again in late 20s, maybe early 30s even. But pretty consistently I probably don't even know anymore. It's to the point now where if I don't do something, I start like going through withdrawal.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. My that's one of the things. I got diagnosed with ADHD very late in life, like early 40s, and it was one of the things I had done to self-compensate. My life is very, very, very structured. Like, everything's scheduled out. Like, I have a solid routine I do every day. Makes it difficult to change things, but that was my own internal way of just like battling the craziness. You know what I mean? Like, because I'm the same way. If something's out of order, my day's pretty much shot.
Yeah, no, I deal with that a lot too. I have same thing, but mine was like mid-20s when they had diagnosed it, but was same thing. I have to have like a schedule, and if I miss things, it makes me nuts, and I'm pretty sure I've had it.
It's
so what are we looking at here, Frank?
Oh wow!
So that's what I put together in my basement. It started during COVID. So
their life goals.
I think we need to like give this more its due. Like, I almost want to take us off the cameras. Like, damn, dude, that is nice.
So started during COVID, like they closed the gyms and all that stuff. And then my body started really doing weird things. My neck was acting up, like my arm was going numb and all kinds of stuff. And it turns out I ended up getting like a herniated disc in my neck. And funny enough, the doctor told me that it was from not working out. He's like, if you can work out, it'd probably help you a lot. So I'm like, well, I would if I could. So then I just was like, I never want to go through this again. So I slowly, like over the years, just started building this out, and that became, that's where I'm at usually in the mornings.
Nice.
Yeah. The nice thing about doing that is you get rid of the excuses of, oh man, I just couldn't make it to the gym today because the gym is the basement. So that's kind of what I'm working on too.
And some people, like some of my friends and stuff, are like, I could never do it because I need to see people and stuff. I was like, I still go out and see people, but I have no issue. I absolutely love it. Like it saves so much time. Like I don't have to worry about getting ready, just get up, go down, eat a little bit or whatever, go downstairs and come back up.
So what kind of rack do you have there?
So that one it's called Bodycraft. Okay. And they're actually based out of Columbus also. Or is it Bodycraft? Yeah, it's Bodycraft. And, at the time it was hard to kind of get a lot of stuff. So I ordered that from a local like fitness dealer or whatever. But it's got, so what I like about it is, actually I might have a better picture of that. Hang on, let me see. Yeah, I got a better picture of that. I'll put that in the Lindsay Watson's channel. But the nice thing about it, it's kind of like a squat rack and a cage, and it's got the safety bars and everything, but it's also got the pulley system, which I really want.
I see that. Okay, and it's got a plate-based pulley system. Okay.
Yeah, and you have the actual, so there's 2 stacks, and then each one I think goes up to 150 pounds. You could upgrade it to 200. I don't need to do that yet.
I don't know if the audience can tell, but I can see Jason's gears working. Like, okay, we have goals here.
Yeah, I do. So I was looking. This company called Jacked Up Fitness has been stalking me on Facebook, and there's some chance that that's what I would end up getting. It's basically an all-in-one trainer that's got like a Smith machine, rack, all that stuff built into it. It's similar to what you have there. It's a functional trainer essentially.
Yeah.
It's the Power Rack Plus, and I mean it's pretty sweet. It does all those same things, and that's kind of what I was looking at. But at the same time, it's like you just buy a PR 4000 and then you could just add onto the thing forever.
Yeah, it's like a little constructor kit. You can just put out whatever you want onto that thing.
Yep. So you put like the Athena, I think, is on it, because that looks like that had plates. That was not plate loaded. That had weight stacks, right? Yeah.
Damn.
So, fun stuff.
I'm still happy with all the exercises for my dumbbells and my bands for now. I'll be honest, the dumbbells make me happier than the bands. I hate the fucking bands. Like you can't.
Yeah, the bands. So you just have to find workouts that work well with the bands, right? Like I feel like you can do any of the workouts with bands, but sometimes it's kind of like contrived.
It's not the motion; it's the variability. It's like the inability to say, okay, I'm 100% lifting 40 pounds or 50 pounds all the way through. That drives me nuts. I get the point of it. It just mentally,
Yeah, the only thing that would worry me about that is that I would like drop something and accidentally shear off my water meter.
Yeah, well, getting smacked with a band is that's a pleasure.
No, in Frank's picture, his water meter is directly behind his squat rack.
Yeah.
That's like, oh no!
Now it's swimming.
Oh yeah, that'd be awful.
Well, I can't say anything about working out. I absolutely this Thursday I knew I was going to be relaxing. I just couldn't do it. My goal is to get back to it Wednesday. So, Ben, if you listen to this, I'm sorry. I already messaged him anyway. He knows.
Yeah. So being sick, you got to recover. Yeah. Like I missed today. I will talk about it during struggles, but I jacked my back up a little bit. So I missed today. I'm going to try to make it up tomorrow. We'll see how my back's doing.
All right. Yeah, we can move on to struggles. Let's hear that story. What happened?
Oh, I sent you a picture in the host chat.
Let me see.
I got my cardio for the weekend. We camped all weekend at a place called Hogback Lake in Indiana, and I spent probably 3 hours total throughout the weekend out on this inflatable playground in the water, which is my happy place. I like swimming. I like climbing. That thing is remarkably hard to get up on, especially as a fat guy. I was getting a lot of looks like the little skinny people couldn't get up there, and somehow I'm hefting myself up there, and everyone's like, huh? And so I started going to the top of that, which is about 13 foot off the water, and either jumping off or I would bounce on it, do a flip, and then slide down it. That's awesome. At some point, probably a little more intoxicated than I should have been out there. I tweaked my back a little bit. So
well, I have to imagine. I mean, that gives you the courage to keep going again.
Oh
even though
yeah,
you're exhausted.
100%.
So
Yeah, I finally did. I have one of those chirp wheels. I finally rolled on it this evening and got a giant pop out of my back. So I think
wow.
it finally, whatever was locked up in there is finally moving again. So it doesn't feel like I'm hunched over anymore, but it's definitely still a little sore.
So those
we'll
things
see.
actually work. I see them online all
Oh
the
yeah, they work. They will crack your back. That is a true statement.
As advertised.
Yeah.
What about
Works
you?
as
What
advertised.
about you, Frank? Any struggles or challenges this week?
Oh man, my knee has been, well, both my knees are starting to bother me. So one of them's been bugging me for like, I don't know, over a year. I was supposed to get an MRI on it. Haven't done that yet. So my own fault. So my leg weight with squats and stuff isn't where it should be, but I'm still doing like alternate stuff, just, doing things that just don't hurt and don't make it hurt.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things where I just need to get it actually looked at and listen to my body.
It'll heal itself if I leave it alone strategy. That's why I didn't work out today. I'm like, I could probably just go light. And then I'm like, no, last time I did that, I jacked my knee up and then set myself back like 8 weeks. So we're not going to mess with that.
Yeah, it's good. If your body will tell you what to do and not do.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I went with. I was feeling garbage, zero energy. So as I'm looking through, we ended up ordering this weekend. And as I'm looking through food, like that gives me the biggest struggle. Like because I know if I went downstairs and I made something, I was looking forward to making a stromboli today, right? I was going to do the self-rising flour and the Greek yogurt to make a dough, and I was going to do all that, and especially being pizza day. So I was going to do it for pizza day. So, but like this weekend when I have to order out, it's just like my brain breaks because I have 200 or 300 recipes like ready to go. But when I got to figure shit out, like at a restaurant, it's a little harder. So I find myself like an hour staring at like Uber before I pick something. And by the time I order, it actually works out because I'm not hungry anymore. So, see, there you go. Rest is important. We're bringing husbands and wives together.
So hers is, she's got a broken foot right now. So
oh shit,
yeah.
Oh, that sucks.
So yeah, she's in like week 3 of that, I think.
Yeah, that's no fun.
Well, I wish
it was a severely rolled ankle that just rolled enough to do some damage.
Does your wife work out with you too, or no?
So more on her own. We did for a while, and I think she got a little sick of that.
Yeah. What about you, Jason? Does Heather work out with you?
Sometimes she'll sometimes do whatever workout I have programmed that day. Sometimes she'll do variations of it. I'm still trying to convince her to take a 15-minute meeting with Ben because he's like, he's not going to give me anything different than he gives you. And I'm like, 100% he will. Your goals are different than my goals, right? So you'll probably get a different workout for sure than I will.
Yeah, it's funny because, I mentioned my daughter and we started at the same time with Ben. We work out completely separately. My wife does her own thing, but again, we do it completely separately. We're both very much of that, all three of us, very much of that mindset of like, I don't want to be surrounded by people when I'm doing this stuff. It works out for us. It's just personal preference. That's all.
Yeah. I mean, I don't mind it. I've got, people at the gym are starting to talk to me some, so now I know gym people, and that's okay. I could take or leave it, right? Like they're nice people. But like usually I'm also there to work out. Like I'm not there to socialize. I'm not there to chat. I don't want you sitting on the machine I need while you're having a conversation with me. Just get off of it so I can get on it, get out of here.
Yep. Yeah, that's me. Headphones in, even at the Venetian, I was like, headphones in, leave me alone. Like I'm in my own headspace. Yeah. You know what I mean?
At the Venetian, it was full of MSP people and everyone looking at me like I had 9 heads. Like, you're down here working out? Yeah.
I feel like one day, like one of these next conferences, we got to go like full gym bro, like the tank top that's way too thin here, so it's showing off all the chest and like.
So the Tony Francisco.
Yes, exactly. So. He'd be down too. He actually has one of only 3, actually 4, because I just ordered another one for Gio. 4 tank tops, Tech Bar branded tank tops in all of existence.
I did buy a tank top, a workout tank top, because I'm like, I feel good enough about myself now that I'll wear a tank top, and
you, dude.
there are some exercises that I think it helps with.
Yeah.
Like to have your arms not binding up in the t-shirt.
Oh, for sure. I'm always doing this shit, like just to
The passive hangs for sure.
Yep. So, all right, let's see here. What do we got? We got Nom Nom's mindset. Which one should we do?
Oh, I don't care.
What do you
go to Nom Noms?
Do
Nom Noms. I still have not made ice cream.
Okay, but why though? It's so wonderful.
I have analysis paralysis. There are too many recipes and too many options that I'm like afraid of messing it up. And I should just make it. I'm gonna leave this episode and go make ice cream.
You should. It's absolutely phenomenal. It is absolutely.
Send me the recipe you're using, then I'll make it.
I will. And the macros weren't bad at all.
Yeah.
So the Ninja Creamy Deluxe makes 24 ounces. So I chopped it up into 4 6-ounce servings.
Yep. That's a lot of protein for a 6-ounce serving.
Exactly.
Do you have the creamy now? Or are you still deciding?
No, I don't have a creamy. I have the so my what is it? KitchenAid stand mixer.
Okay.
I have the ice cream attachment for that, so I can make like 2 quarts of ice cream at a time. I don't think I would make that much at a time.
No, it's so the cool thing is like, I can't imagine doing 2 quarts of ice cream. Like I like variety too. You know what I mean? Like I like being able to change stuff out. Sarah, you got to get it. You got to get it. I'm just saying. And somebody put the video. I think Glenn put a video in MMN Discord about a dude that was doing reviews of like the 3 different types of creamies. And I'm not gonna lie, the Breeze looks really nice.
Pretty soon Ray's gonna have. I need one for here and one for the kitchen and one for the office. And
yes. Yeah, I mean it's like 3D printers. You can't have enough, right?
Yeah. So, just 3D print yourself another 3D printer.
That should be an option. That should be okay. So she already has one, so you're good. I haven't done oat milk. This recipe was 2 cups of Fairlife low fat milk with 2 scoops of the fudge, that ISO 100 that I got the Dunkin' Donuts one. And then just like that, froze it. And then when I did the spin, I added some cacao nibs because we talked about the magic of cacao nibs. They don't taste like anything until you add it to something, and then they're amazing. So yeah. What the hell is pawpaw ice cream?
Pawpaw's a fruit.
Is it really?
Yeah.
No. Yep. I mean, I know pawpaw. Oh yeah. First thing that came up.
Yep. It's I need to figure out if I can use just a Fairlife core power.
Oh, that's what I've done.
Cream.
Yeah,
okay.
I've done it.
Okay.
So when you do, I told you we're going to be talking about creamy. That's sweet. So whatchamacallit? So I've done it with the, I didn't do core protein. I did Premier Protein, which is fine. Just realize the lesser the fat you have, the more it's going to come out like snow. So you got to remix and add a little bit of liquid when you take it out of the freezer. Obviously your thing is going to be a little bit different, but that's what I had to do with mine, and it works just fine. It's
I'll add a little bit of I have some regular milk here too, I think. So, and we have oat milk.
I'll be honest, I had the Fairlife milk, and I used it because we have it. We bought I think a liter or something like that, and it's been there for a hot minute. Just because we don't drink milk that much.
Yeah.
Beef jerky ice cream. So you've had Millionaire's bacon before, right? Oh, my friend Frank, you've had this?
I feel like I have. You got to remind me what it is. I feel like I have
brown sugar maple syrup.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not so called
you can
that,
do this with bourbon also. You can do bourbon bacon, which is phenomenal. So I've done bourbon bacon on bourbon vanilla ice cream. Phenomenal. Pre-weight loss journey. But I'm telling you, so I can see beef jerky with, like, if it was like a teriyaki, something kind of semi-sweet, I could see that working. Absolutely. But you go on hikes, Ashley, so it's all good. So What does pawpaw taste like? Pawpaw.
I have no
Suddenly I
idea.
turned like a British 12-year-old. Is it like kiwi?
I don't know. It looks weird.
It does look a little weird. It's a riot of mango, banana, citrus.
Mm.
I don't like mango, so okay. So I'm out. But Sarah can tell us how you're getting feedback live from the audience. Jason,
I know.
you gotta love it when Heather's like, yeah, we can do this. We have all the stuff.
We had so we made a interesting camping meal my sister calls redneck stir fry, which was basically green beans, carrots, onion, just throw it on the Blackstone, cook it, and threw some smoked sausage in. I think I'm gonna make it again. Throw some Japanese barbecue sauce on it, and use turkey or chicken sausage, and it's gonna be like hibachi stir fry. And
Okay,
I think the macros will come out pretty good. So I haven't done it yet, but that
that's
was
the fun
tasty.
part for me. Like just building shit that
Yeah.
that's the fun part. Frank, you do any cool food, or are you a chicken and broccoli kind of guy?
Yeah, I could eat the same thing probably every day. My wife is the one that loves cooking all kinds of stuff though. So
Yeah.
she's the one that gets creative. I'm like, I can make chicken or salmon or steak or whatever, same thing over and over and be happy. My problem this week though is all weekend we had no time to like do shopping or anything. So I'm kind of, and I'm going out of town on Thursday. So really just
it's
today,
not even
tomorrow.
worth it at that point.
Yeah. So like I made a shopping list. I'm like, you know what? I'm only gonna be here for another day, so there's no point. So now I'm kind of struggling. But there's a meal prep service that I use once in a while, and I'll order a bunch of meals and just toss them in the freezer. And they're actually, for being one of those kind of pre-cooked things, they're actually pretty good.
Which one do you use? Which one is it?
This one's called MegaFit.
Okay.
But
I'm always looking at them.
They have basic stuff. My wife actually has been getting them too, though, so she likes them now also. But they're really good in a pinch. Like if you like, I know I'm going to be running around, I'll grab one and just throw it in my bag and then toss it in the microwave. Or if I thaw it out ahead of time because I know I'm going to do it, they're pretty good. I will say frozen asparagus is not good reheated, so I kind of avoid the one asparagus.
Oh yeah, I can imagine that's not good.
Everything else looks pretty good, but the asparagus not so much.
Does Ben or does Dave still do Tuvala, whatever it is?
I don't know. I haven't heard him really talk about it much lately.
Yeah, he used to do it all the time, and then he said he was switching to something else and with it. And I don't know. I feel like I'm like a year behind present day right now because I'm listening to podcasts in the 40s, and their advice I'm sure is completely different now.
No, that's one thing. I've actually listened to every single one of them since they started. So
yeah, I'm catching up.
Yeah, I think I need to start listening. I haven't started listening yet. Don't tell Ben. But interesting.
I listen while I drive.
Yeah, I'll go while the weather's nice. I try to do like 3 miles in the morning. I'll just kind of walk for a little bit, and then that's usually my podcast time. So I'll listen to that as I'm walking around.
Same. 5 to 7 a.m. is like before everybody gets up. That's my me time. That's when I'm listening to stuff and ripping through books and podcasts and all the other fun stuff. So
that looks pretty good. I might have to if you have a code that gets you and me free stuff, if I do that, then send it to me.
I'll check. I don't even know.
Yeah. If it has a referral code, then I'll use your referral code if I buy some just to get you something too.
Sure.
So I did take an L this week. I don't remember when I made this. I think I made this Saturday.
Okay.
This was supposed to be chicken, chopped up chicken in a can, some spinach, and then with some relish. It ended up turning way too vinegary. I forgot. I deleted the recipe because I hated it so much, which sucked because I made 4 burritos. So that kind of, or 5 burritos. That sucked.
Can we talk about you having branded like cutting boards?
So that was a gift from Michelle like 5 or 6 years ago.
That's pretty amazing.
Yeah, it is awesome. Like it's one of those things where like I love it to death. The only thing I would possibly change is I thought about putting a liquid channel on the inside. But honestly, I love it. And it's cool. It's like when I season my cast iron, same thing when I'm rubbing this down with mineral oil and stuff. Not mineral oil, but whatever. I forgot
what flaxseed I think you usually use, right?
Yeah. It's just more me time. That's all.
That's pretty cool.
If you're gonna do it right. Have fun. Like to me, like I got a whole new set of bowls, and I'm looking at some new Like I like the toys of the kitchen. I'm completely getting it.
Yeah, don't tell Heather that. Like I'm there is I've now spent close to $2,000 on fitness stuff since this journey has started. So yeah.
Jeez. Yeah, Ashley goes and forages for mushrooms. Yeah.
And pawpaws, I think.
And pawpaws, apparently.
Yeah.
There you go. Apparently, we should shout out whatchamacallit, Ben's podcast. Do you have
it's WeHack.health.
Yeah, but that's not the podcast.
No, it's the podcast.
Oh, okay.
100%.
I'll just put it there.
Yeah.
I just have it like saved in my iTunes thing now.
And you can find it. Yeah, it's on all the iTunes things. It's just WeHack Health.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it occurred to me that we never actually put Ben's training link on last week, which was made us
I think I did. I think I put it in the chat. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it makes us bad
the BC training
hosts. Yep.
Yeah, I did put that in the chat. And I'll put it here too. Thanks for reminding me, Jason. Here, BC training. And there you go. And Jason always with the SSL. So there's DLS. But yeah, BC.training. Real easy. Worth it enough, even for just the freaking access to the vault. Honestly, some of those videos. And join the Discord. Jeez, the Discord's phenomenal.
Yeah, everyone should join the Discord. There's really no reason not to.
Yeah. And that's just discord.gg/WeHackHealth or something like that.
I think that is it.
Yeah. Cool. All right. So we are at, let's see what we have here. We have mindset, which we never actually defined. But so the way this goes, I have an associate producer, Simon, and you probably saw him at Right of Boom, but he prepares all the shows and all the show notes and all this stuff. And he came up with these titles, and I'm like, sure. And we never really discussed it. We just went with it because we're not planning kind of people. And so that's where we handed. Jason, what's mindset to you? Like, we should probably define it.
No, I mean, mindset is like, what do you have to do to convince yourself to keep going, right? Like, how do you get your mind into the right spot to not keep going up and not keep your, get to meet your challenges, and the little mental tricks we use to get over those humps where, maybe we don't work out for 3 weeks and Ben calls us out last week, or we miss our calorie goals, or we drink too much, right? Like the things we do to get ourselves back on track, essentially.
Like life, basically.
Yeah, life.
So, Frank,
you've had a stressful time.
Can you share some tips, tricks, how you've gotten out of your funk when you get it? Because it has to happen, right?
It happens. Go, Frank, you do it.
I'm trying to think. Like, so actually, when I got back from Right of Boom, I was sitting next to somebody on the plane who I'm pretty sure is the one that got me sick for the next 3.5 to 4 weeks. And I was bad. I was out for the count and not doing anything, or just, laying in bed basically. And that was tough, but I'm trying to think. I guess as soon as I could start feeling better, that's when I would start telling myself, all right, I got to get, start easing back into things, and didn't jump right into full, workouts and things like that. But did, for me, it was somewhat easy to get back into it, I guess. Mm-hmm. I don't know if it's because I've been doing it for so long or not, but for me, it really wasn't that hard.
Do you get antsy when you can't work out?
Yeah, I do. I get antsy when I have to sit still, honestly. Yeah, no, I'm always moving around. I'm always I'm playing with a little USB.
Now. No, I get it.
I have a slot cover.
Yeah,
wire nuts.
Yeah,
we all have our fidgets.
Yeah,
I mean, I got this here. But
all right,
I don't have the attention span for this.
So.
Yeah. So no, I definitely always have to move around. Yeah. So that's one of those things, and I guess I'm also around a lot of people. Like a lot of my friends, we all joking, we're all like mini meatheads or whatever. So we're always
that helps. That's
we'll give each other a
Your
hard
tribe,
time. Like,
right?
yeah, exactly. So it's like, are you going to show up today or what? You're going to keep crying. Like,
Yeah. That's one of the cool things, like seeing on Tech Degenerates. We were talking last week, like most of the Discords now, like we're starting to see like fitness channels, and Tech Degenerates calls it Move Your F Body, and like, but different groups are now showing up that are basically nerd groups, right? Like it's us, it's freaking a bunch of MSPs and tech heads, but we're seeing a ton of like fitness channels pop up and people sharing their fitness stories, and there's a lot. I mean, I look back, and 2 years ago it was basically Mike Riggs sharing sexy photos, and that's about it. And then now everybody and their mother is helping each other, bolstering them up, showing gym photos and stuff. I think that's awesome. I love that.
Yeah, whenever I go, if I like have to plan a trip, or like I'm going to a conference Thursday and stuff, so like I look up, what the gym is like, because I plan on doing that. That's one of the things. So I guess if anyone's ever at tech conferences and needs, feels like they'll be better if they know somebody in the gym, I'm usually in there in the morning. So
that's awesome, dude.
Come on up,
which conference are you going to?
This TechCon.
Oh yeah, Rick and Paco's thing. Yeah. We sponsored a few people to go because I got to miss it this year. So.
I heard that was awesome.
Yeah. I mean, it's my way of adapting to the FOMO, right? Let's other people bring me stories.
Yeah. So. Are you doing GurCon, Frank?
I am not, and I saw that it sold out.
Oh, is it?
I think so. I saw it today that it said it was sold out.
Interesting.
And for anybody, TechCon is what, Jersey this year, right? Yeah. So if anybody's wants to go later this week, you have 1 day and 4 hours to go register and get your ass over to Jersey. But very cool conference.
Yeah, I think Frank or I think Alex, I talked to him this morning, and he's going there. So
nice. But yeah, those are good friends from MSP Unplugged, TechCon Unplugged. So it'll be fun. Yeah,
I feel like I found this site here called Hotel Gym Raider, but I feel like it's not that great. And a service, like, we should start our own database of gym hotels, because we all go to the same cities for conferences.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. So we should either decide on a site that we're going to use to rank them, or we should build our own site to do it.
Yeah.
I'm totally down.
That's actually a good idea. I remember when I'd go to Stir Trek in Columbus, and I stayed at the same hotel 3 times, and every time I was like, no, it's not the same one. And I go, and they had this like little tiny gym that was completely useless. It was like a bench and like 25-pound dumbbells, and that was about it.
Yeah.
I was like, I gotta figure out where else to stay.
Yeah. You're 100% right, Ashley. I know you're right. I know 100% you're right. I'd like to eventually get to that point where like my entire week's meals are basically pre-planned with the exception of dinner. Because dinner's my happy place. Like, don't fuck with dinner. Like, I'll make dinner fresh every night. But having the whole day planned out, I'd love to be able to get to that point at some point. So what is Stir Trek? I've heard it talked about. What is it specifically?
That one's more of a developer-focused conference.
Mm-hmm. It's like Code Mash, like mini Code Mash.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Also,
and every time when I drive home, I always make a pit stop at Rogue on the way back.
I should make a pit stop at Rogue someday. I mean, I think I've driven by it a couple of times. It's right off of 70, I believe, 270, or one of the loop roads around Columbus.
Right.
What's that? What's Rogue?
Rogue Fitness. So like
they have, okay.
Yeah, like all the high-end gym equipment.
Damn, coming out with the big brains. Just as ChatGPT was for dinner.
Yeah, I saw Ray that you are officially sponsoring Code Mash.
I am officially sponsoring Code Mash.
The Kalahari has a reasonable gym.
Okay.
It's not the best gym you've ever been to, but I would consider it above average.
And I want to thank Kevin and Sarah for convincing me, and you. So Michelle has agreed to let me bring Gio. I think she's coming too, but yeah, we're going to bring Gio for Kids Mash too. So you
inspired me. I am now present on the sponsors list, so we're actually going to have a table. Cool. I don't know any clue what I'm going to do with it, but we're going to have a booth.
But we'll put the Code Mash link in here too, because why not?
Yeah,
it'll be my first Code Mash, and I'm very excited about it. It'll be fun.
It will be fun.
Yeah, you gotta love that community run stuff. Like that's MSP GeekCon kind of got that that blood boiling and kind of just piqued the interest, and having all these other ones you guys have been talking about for a while is going to be awesome. So
Yeah.
very much looking forward to that. So Jason, mindset, how'd you
I think I've covered this before, but one of the things I attempt to do is not let myself miss 2 in a row, right? Because if you miss 1, it's missed. If you miss 2, then it's easy to miss 3, and when you miss 3, you've lost a streak, and now you're off a habit, right? So I'll let myself, I missed today's workout, and assuming I'm not injured, I will not miss tomorrow's workout. Now, injuries and stuff like that, obviously, you have to do what you have to do. But same thing, right? It's like, I can miss a day or even miss a weekend, right? Like this weekend with diet wasn't as great, right? But like then you can't let that become an excuse to continue missing.
right?
We eat out a ton. That's one thing, is Heather said there, we need to find Ray's passion for cooking dinner. It's, a lot of times I come home, it's the end of the day. The last thing I want to do is make a bunch of dishes I have to do. And that's the actual problem, is not the cooking. It's the cleanup that comes along with,
oh, see, I'm that guy that's like cleaning as I'm going.
I try to.
Yeah.
I'm with you on that. That's me.
Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure, like, just like I've watched Scrubs and Grey's Anatomy and House, so I could be a TV doctor if I needed to. I'm pretty damn sure I could run like I could be a line cook if I needed to. Like, just with the way I multitask, or context switch, better said, in the kitchen with like cooking, sauteing, prepping, cleaning. But the trick is I keep a garbage bowl, and I do mise en place, basically. So everything I need ready to go in front of me. And I find, because I don't have to chop anything while I'm cooking, I have a ton of free time to go to clean and do whatever else. So
I need to drop to Kevin. See that, Heather?
Yeah. Oh. Who was it? Jacob's at camp, so Jacob has no idea what's
nope. Yeah, he's at 6th grade camp, so
Ben, run. So it's not a bad thing. My son is already like addicted to his phone, and it's an appendage seeing him like I have to tell him, put it down while you're doing other stuff. And the joys of boys. You got any kids, Frank?
We don't.
Oh man, you're missing tons of love and headaches, bro.
I was at my friend's house yesterday for a cookout, and they were all over the place. My friends have all kinds of kids that love me, and then at the end of the day, you get to give them right back.
Oh, I'm all about the rentals, man. I love rentals. It's the best. You spoil the hell out of them, have fun, and drop them off, and you're out. You know what? I think we should. Well, we have a food channel. To say, you'd probably make a recipe channel or something in Discord.
You have Paprika, right? Like we should just. I think there's some sharing provision.
Is there?
I think so.
I gotta say, I mean, it does a lot of things really well, but like as far as UX, the app sucks.
Yeah, it kind of does.
It's just, you ever use one of those apps, Frank? You ever use like Paprika, or I forgot what the other ones are?
No, really, no. The only one I'm using like nothing for recipes. I'll just kind of make my stuff in the little calorie app, and
you can share them.
Throw them in there.
Yeah, I could share them. Let's see what I got here. It's actually not a bad idea to see what I got. I have. Where's my paprika? So, chicken stir fry with noodles, creamy lemon pasta. Jason, tell me, what does Heather like? What kind of foods? And I bet you I have a recipe for that already.
Oh, she likes all sorts of foods. I'll let her answer that. We like stir fries. We like we like food.
See, I love my pasta, so like anytime I can do the
we'll
protein
take pasta. Yeah.
It works.
Actually, I'm looking at bake ahead pastas, right? Like something where I can just like do some sort of baked pasta with protein pasta, and then just dish it out into 6 or 8 servings. Those are easy to meal prep and just have it for the whole week then.
Yeah. Ooh, speaking of Cheese Whiz, nutritional yeast. Frank, did you weigh in on that? Have you ever used nutritional yeast?
I did not. I saw you talking about it and wasn't really sure what it was.
It's deactivated yeast. They freeze it, they wash it is the word they use. And whatchamacallit, and then they, dry it. It has this like cheese flavor to it, which is weird.
It's umami. It's like savory essentially.
Yes. But it's delicious. It's absolutely delicious. It's not like, like protein powders. When you had something with protein powder, you can tell you have that. It has a little bit of that taste, even the good ones. Gnocchi.
I don't think you can make that healthy.
Gnocchi? Yeah. Sure. You're supposed to eat potatoes anyway. It's boiled potatoes.
Yeah.
So it's the quantity. It's so the sauce. Okay, so I have made gnocchi. I'm a pasta fiend. I fucking love pasta. Gnocchi's not hard to do, especially because it requires extremely little amount of binder. The potatoes do all the work. So you're basically eating cooked potatoes and you're boiling it in water. So it's not like oils or anything like that. You're not frying it. And it's good. It's good. So yeah, makes a great cheese sauce. Oh, Ash, you should have told me about the yeast, my friend. So basically just like you would put flaxseed, chia seed, hemp hearts, whatever. But unlike that stuff, this actually adds some flavor. And it's I did it today. What did I do it today? Oh, I did it today on my eggs. Because I've shared before, I do like a very big breakfast for eggs. So I'll do a 4 servings of egg whites and probably 8 ounces of spinach, baby spinach, and some turkey bacon, and a shit ton of sriracha sauce.
I like sauces.
Yeah. I have a whole. What's your favorite sauce now? Like when you're adding stuff on?
I use a lot. I like the Los Calientes hot sauce. Is pretty good. It's got a good like cilantro-y cumin flavor. I don't know. It's quite good.
So do you like the vinegary? You like the mustardy?
Oh yeah, I like vinegary typically. Yeah, because a lot of food, like I need that little bite of acid. Yeah. Right. I feel like that's what's missing in a lot of food I eat.
See, I'm not I like the heat. I like the peppery. So I don't really go for the vinegar ones. And I do like sweet. I have a sweet tooth, so
I do too. I like sweet sauces, and that's not a great thing.
No. Well, but the sriracha like comes out perfect for me.
Yeah, sriracha's good.
And do you know the story why you can't find like sriracha anymore? It's like 19 other brands of sriracha today.
No.
So apparently the company that made sriracha, New Foku, I forget the name of the company, they were getting 100% of their peppers from one place, and they decided it would be cheaper for them to do it themselves and undercut. And so while they were building this out so they could do it themselves, the supplier found out and just cut them off completely. So they weren't ready to produce on their own. And so now all this supply opened up because it was all coming from one place. So everybody and their mother, as supply dried up of sriracha sauce, everybody and their mother started making their own. And there's some amazing ones. The Badia one is really great. The Tabasco one is actually really nice. And I will probably make a sriracha sauce at home at some point, just because why not? It's fun.
Yeah, I found a recipe right here. I'll link it in the chat.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So what if they're pierogi filled with cheese whiz and potatoes? The chat has a life of its own right now. They're talking pierogies.
I'll tell you what, there's a restaurant called Swig here that if you ever end up in town, I mean, if you fly in and out of Detroit, I probably come get you to take you to Code Mash because there really isn't a close airport. Cleveland's a little closer. But there's a restaurant here called Swig, and they have let me find the name of it right now. They have a appetizer called Stosh stickers, which it's potato and onion pierogies with some sort of yuzu. I don't know. I can't even say those words. I'm just going to paste them in the chat.
Okay. Yeah.
This is absolutely amazing.
So yes, the Tabasco one is absolutely not, the original sriracha we're all used to, but it's different and it's good, I will say. Where are you paying? Oh, you're not putting me on private chat. You're putting me in the host chat.
I put it in YouTube chat.
YouTube chat. Okay. Yeah. Oh, you can't put a link in YouTube chat.
I didn't. I just okay. Yeah.
I got
you. But that's what it is, and those are flipping amazing.
Oh,
but
maybe I'll
not
make
really
some.
diet compatible.
So the reason I have these is because I set up cameras in my kitchen.
Yeah.
So, and that's how I got that other one with the chicken, whatever the hell that burritos that was supposed to be. Because I was actually going to film a segment of making these recipes. The problem is, yeah, of course I did. Yes, Stephen. And the problem was it ended up tasting like shit. So, which is the first recipe I've ever had taste bad that I've made so far. So that's a hell of a win. I'll take that. So, all right, dude. We're at
Yeah, we hit
8:30.
time.
The
Yeah.
time flew.
It always
How was
does.
it, Frank? How was it being on this side of the chat?
It was fun. I liked it. It was a good time.
Yeah.
Thank you guys.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's fun. I think we'll keep it going with guests from time to time. I think it's fun. I'm sure you guys get bored of Jason and me talking Ninja Creamies. No, nobody could ever get tired of Ninja Creamies. So, and I definitely want to see the ice cream you make next time, Jason. Heather, I'm holding him to it. Make sure he makes the ice cream.
Yeah, probably right when we're done here.
All right. So, Frank, you're going to be at TechCon. Anybody going to TechCon, go say hi to Frank. And I assume you'll be working out in the mornings there at TechCon?
That's probably my plan.
There you go. Jason,
Cool.
what do you got going on this week?
This week, nothing. Next week, I go to the ConnectWise Share Users Central Mafia thing in Chicago, and then Bourbon and Beyond, which will be another lost weekend. Let's be real. I'm going to Louisville, man.
Yeah, no, I mean, and I'm so jealous every time you post pictures. That is so cool.
And then right after that is Bearmick and Leap Year Group meeting, so I'll be back in Chicago. So I have to drive. I'm driving to Chicago this weekend to visit some friends and go to VCF Midwest, Vintage Computer Fest Midwest, and then where I may or may not buy an Amiga if I can find one reasonably priced. And then Chicago this weekend, back Chicago midweek, Louisville from Chicago, then back to Chicago from Louisville, and then I'm taking the train home. And I have a room because apparently the coach seats on the train were sold out, so I bought myself a room.
Nice
for my 4-hour train ride.
I haven't done a train in decades, but I'm dying to take the one. There's one from Palm Beach to Orlando.
Yeah.
And then there's a mystery theater train that goes on the East Coast also. Yeah. I'd love to do with my family. So
cool.
Yeah. I'll
send you a link to a YouTube series about trains. The best trains in the U.S.
Are you like Sheldon Cooper level train aficionado?
No, I like trains. I just like them. And this guy, he's from Canada. He's rides around on trains all the time, and he did like the weird U.S. train trips where he went to all the cool trains.
Yeah. Did you do trains when you were a kid? Like the
model
like train sets?
Yeah.
Frank?
Yep. I like trains.
We just had the one around Christmas time.
Yeah. Yeah. We my dad had a big setup when I was a kid. Like it had to be 5 or 6 feet by 6 feet plywood with like full like shit planned out. It was cool. Took over the entire garage for like an entire summer.
I wanted that really bad. A friend of mine had it, and we always used to go over there and play with it. It had all the signals that came down, and
yeah. See, a mystery theater, not mystery science theater, mystery theater. All right, let's see what we got coming up here. I know we got stuff coming up on MMN. We have, let's see here. We have wins and losses right now with Mr. Frank DeLuca of the CTO Agency. Cool name, by the way. Have AI Roundup on the episode 26, 10 a.m. We have Tech Bar on Thursday evening with Megan Killian of MKC Agency with Danny, Super Cousin Danny, and myself. And MSP Dispatch is back on Friday. We took off Tuesday for Labor Day. We're back on Friday, Tony Francisco and myself. Cool. So should be nothing but a good time. So, all right. With that, anything you want to say to everybody before we let go and take off? I told you I'm struggling today. So, all right, everybody. Until next time, take care of yourselves and each other.
This has been a